Hello everyone. Now, if you remember back in the early days of this channel, in May of 2019, I made 2 outer space themed episodes. One was about black holes, the other was about the moon. And you know what? I don't recall either of them being that interesting. So I blew 2 chances there. Well, you know what they say. Third time's the charm. So let's hope this will be the episode that actually gets it right. I've been striving to have a good outer space themed episode for a while. I really have. I don't want it to be ruined on just 2 lame episodes. I want to expand on that idea, improve on it, and make it correct. Or, I don't know if correct's the right word, but you know what I mean. Because there's no reason in hell why those 2 episodes couldn't have been combined together, really. I don't know why they had to be separate episodes. I'm mostly going to be coming up with new ideas for this episode, but I'm going to talk a little bit about what I talked about in episode 4, the black hole episode, and we're going to improve on that topic. Now, this episode is not going to make those 2 episodes obsolete entirely, because I might not be explaining all the points that I did in those episodes, so if for whatever reason you still want to watch them, you still can. I don't recommend it, but you can, because you might get some information off those than what you do here. But it's not going to be that interesting, though, I highly doubt it. But anyways, so let's start off with what I've already discussed, but let's try to build on top of that idea. So, black holes. There was a phase in life where I was obsessed with them. Even more so than I am now. In fact, I even put a picture of it on my computer class name tag back in 6th grade. So that leaves you an idea how much I loved them. This was before the actual picture of the black hole. It would have just been like clip art or something like, I don't know if it's clip art, but basically just a fake picture, not a real one. Now, in episode 4, I basically implied that black holes are really just outer space's trash compactor. They are not portals. I think it's pretty obvious at this point. They don't take you from point A to point B. They just take you to the very center and crush you down. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to abbreviate black holes as BHs, just for simplicity's sake, although it really doesn't matter that much, but whatever. So, I did explain where regular-sized BHs come from. They come from a star dying. But I never really explained how they do what they do. Now, nobody knows for sure about this, but what I think is going on, all things have a gravitational pull. It's just that, say, something that small as a marble, it's not going to be that great. Its mass is not big enough to really have an impact. So they don't suck things toward them. But if something as big as the Earth, it has a gravitational pull that stretches out roughly 248,000 miles. And the moon is within that range. So why doesn't the moon just come colliding towards it? Well, the reason is because it's moving too fast to the side. It's going its own direction, and it's going way too fast for it to register that it's in that field. You know what I'm saying? And if anything, from what I've heard, the moon is actually going further away from Earth. Make of that what you will. The sun has a gravitational pull much larger because it's way bigger than our planet. All the planets, including dwarf planets, because I don't know why you have to separate those 2, but anyways. So all planets and all asteroids and whatever else is in the solar system that revolves around it or whatever, they are all moving at a speed that allows them to not collide with the sun because either, like I said earlier, they go too fast for it to actually fall down, or their gravitational pull is strong enough to have it be in its own spot, just moving around it or something. I don't think that's how it works. But anyways, but black holes are way different though. Nothing orbits a black hole. I knew I said I was going to abbreviate black holes to BHs, but you can throw that out the window now. I'm just reading what's off my notes here, so it must have been a typo or something, but it makes the sun's gravitational pull look pathetic. But like I said, nothing orbits a black hole, they just go right into it. I believe, at least when it comes to regular-sized black holes, I don't know about supermassive ones, I don't know where those come from, but when a star dies, it becomes a black hole and the gravitational pull expands because it becomes really dense. Like, if Earth was compressed to a peanut, something the size of that, we'd have like a mini Earth-sized black hole or something. I don't know. But we all know there is no black hole that's so small it's the size of Earth, so forget about it. But the Earth's too solid to really do that. Stars are not solid, they're made of gas. And so if you could just fly through it probably. But of course it would burn up, so no. So yeah, stars are able to get compressed into a size way smaller than their actual original size. So that does make sense. It gets extremely dense, and all of a sudden, that spherical mass becomes so powerful. And so greedy, I should say. Mine. Gravitational pulls go multiple times out than their object's mass. So imagine how far you could be from a black hole that's like 400 times the size of our solar system and still be close enough to get into it. Like, just imagine. Like, the Earth's gravitational pull goes as far out to at least the moon. Probably a little bit past that, but to at least the moon. And the sun goes all the way out to Pluto. So that big-ass, supermassive black hole, how far does its gravitational pull go out? Holy hell. You know, I once asked my mom if anyone had been sucked into a black hole before, but she said no. And it's pretty obvious, because if someone was close enough to be sucked into a black hole, then we'd all be sucked in. Because the furthest anyone's ever been from their home is when they went to the moon. And that's definitely not far enough to make an impact, so yeah. The same thing does not apply to aliens, however. I don't know if they've been sucked up or not, but I digress. Now, I once read in a book that some scientists believe that parts of the universe are inside of ancient black holes, but I know for a fact that that's bullcrap, because they are inside the universe. We don't have parts of the universe inside of the black hole. That makes no sense. Alright, so I'm basically improving upon the topic I used for episode 4, but now it's time to talk about some new stuff. Starting now. I'm sure we've all seen videos about weird planets we have discovered. Like the icy planet that's on fire. Don't know how that works, but hey man, if gravity isn't the same in outer space that it is here, then there are probably other things that aren't the same as well. Well, believe it or not, we have discovered an egg-shaped planet. An egg-shaped planet. That makes no sense because don't know how its gravitational pull would work. Like, how would that even work? The only thing that makes sense is to have it be a sphere and nothing else. Well, I guess Earth is technically not a perfect sphere. I mean, it bulges at the equator, but I digress. Now, on November 12th of 1980, Voyager 1 went through Saturn's rings. That's right, they actually went through it because, you know, Saturn nor its rings are actually solid. Especially the rings, because they're just made out of billions of ice and dirt particles or whatever, and rocks. Well, there was a broadcast of the particles, those little chunks of matter, hitting the antenna of the Voyager 1. Just look up Vsauce sounds and you'll come across it. Now, not only did it go past Saturn, but also Jupiter and Titan. It went really close to those 3 different areas. I don't know how they managed to get it to go past all 3 of those. Like, I mean, Titan is a moon of Saturn, right? So, it makes sense. If you're going to go to Saturn, it makes sense to stop by Titan while you're at it. But Jupiter, though, I don't remember the exact day it was launched. It was sometime in 1977, but they must have waited for, like, the planets to be aligned or something like that. Because I think it was in 1979 that it went past Jupiter and then Saturn. So they somehow, it's not remote control. They didn't, like, move it to go to those places. Hell no. So they just must have timed it perfectly. That's impressive. I used to be like, and we're done talking about Voyager 1, by the way, but anyways, why do planets and stars have names with numbers in them? I believe the reason for that is because there's just, either we've discovered too many for each one to have its own unique name, or there's just too many out there. Because we've probably discovered a minute amount of them. But there's just too many to name each one individually, so we just give them weird names like that. Alright, what is the shape of the universe? It has been confirmed. I don't know about confirmed. I mean, I guess, I don't know. But basically, scientists have stated that the Earth has no center. The picture of it on Wikipedia makes it look like it's an oval. So my guess is that it's like a donut pancake hybrid shape. It's its own unique shape. I've never seen a pancake that has like a hole in it like that. So is that what the universe is? Well, after I made the notes for this episode, I discovered that we're actually on the surface of the universe. So yeah, there's really no center to the universe, because if we're on the surface, we're not going to know the exact shape of the universe ever, probably, but anyway. So final point I want to make is the universe all that exists? Well, apparently scientists have stated or discovered that there was another universe rubbing against our universe. I don't know how they figured that out, but we'll never know for sure. But the Big Bang might not have been the very beginning. The universe is about 13.7 billion years old. Whatever is outside the universe must be even older than that. Whoa. Well, guys, that was this episode. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.